Yo, what is going on? This is my Mew VMAX deck that I used to win the Underground tournament on Saturday. There was like 60 or 65 people in the tournament, and we won it. And it's my first win ever on Limitless. I'm fairly new to the trading card game. I started about a year ago, but we did get a W under our belt, so that was pretty fun to do. You can see that we have 4 copies of Mew V, 3 copies of Mew VMAX. We all know the Cross Fusion Strike is very good because you can copy whatever Fusion Strike move you want to from the bench for that turn. And then we do also have 1 copy of Meloetta, so we can try to use this Melodious Echo. Typically early in the match, obviously try to get the like turn 2 donks, stuff like that. And then we have 4 copies of Genesect V. Clearly the ability Fusion Strike system is pretty broken, mainly because you can draw you can have as many hand cards in your hand as you have Fusion Strike Pokemon in play. So if you have 6 in play, you can draw up to 6 and have that in your hand. And then we do have 1 copy of Accelgor and 2 copies of Shelmet, strictly for dark Pokemon. If we're facing a like Umbreon Urshifu deck or like a Urshifu Moltres deck, we can get a really quick early knockout with this Accelgor. Now, the video I'm going to show does not show that because I'm going to show the finals, and you guys can see, I mean, the matchup that I had here for Suicune, and it was very good game. Also, moving on from this here, we do have 3 copies of Battle Pass. Pretty standard with a Mew list to have those to get Pokemon into play. Other ways to get Pokemon into play, we just have 4 Quick Ball, 3 Evolution Incenses, and 2 Fog Crystals as well. I don't really have much issues with dead drawing in this deck, so don't have to overdo it with these sorts of trainers. And then we do clearly have the 4 Power Tablets, which is standard in a Fusion Strike deck. And aside from that, we have 3 Elesa Sparkles, so we just kind of use it as a way to accelerate energy and to get these Fusion Strike energies into play. Adding that with this Vitality Band, we can do a lot of damage pretty quickly, potentially 1-hit KO a lot of VMAXs with the Melodious Echo. Even with this Technoblast as well, adding on the Vitality Band and the Power Tablet as well, you can do a lot of damage. We do have 4 copies of Boss's Orders as well. Pretty standard with the Mew list because you obviously want to dig through and cycle through and get these cards, and then you can pick and choose who you want to attack from your opponent's bench. Something here that we don't see a lot in Mew decks, I do run 3 copies of Marnie. That's mainly to control my hand size. I don't want to get too many cards in hand with this deck because I want to consistently be able to use the Fusion Strike system ability. So if we have like cards that we can't use in that turn, we want to definitely Marnie them to the bottom of the deck. And then from there, we can go ahead and refresh our hand, get cards that we need, and then cycle through and get obviously cards back into play. We do also run 4 copies of Rotom Phone. I like to be able to pick what card I can use the Fusion Strike system ability with. And I want to be able to choose which card I put into play. So that's mainly the reasoning behind that. We do just have 3 stadiums, mainly for 1, being able to get rid of Path to the Peak, and 2, being able to draw some energy back into play, because we do run 3 basic energy, mainly for facing like a Duraludon deck because of their ability. We can't use any of these moves like Technoblast and stuff like that if we do have Fusion Strike energy on them. While we still can use this Max Miracle, it just doesn't do enough damage to be able to really knock out a Duraludon that is powered up and can do 220 damage. Our first game here, going to go ahead and show a game against a weakness deck. This is going to be an Urshifu Umbreon box. Now, we are not going first, so we do usually want to because it helps us get set up and get a lot of Pokemon into play. But we're not too worried because we did get a Meloetta to start with, and we know that there is a potential, especially with having the Battle VIP Pass, that we can draw the Elesa Sparkles, which will allow us to at least get 2 Fusion Strike energies into play, and then we can also cycle through one with the Genesect. There's potential, or even just a regular energy, that we could go ahead and knock out this Houndour pretty quickly, and it'll put us in the driver's seat, because obviously these single strike decks need the energy acceleration in order to do well, so they're obviously going to need at least probably 2 in play. That way, if somebody gets knocked out, they can just easily just earn the energy back in, and then they can reattach and be good from there. So our opponent quick balled away their Tool Jammer, which they're just not feeling that they're going to need. I think they recognize they're playing Mew, and Mew only plays a Vitality Band. So they do go ahead and bench a Houndour Stick of Energy on there, and I mean, that's that. That's all they really have in hand right now. So we go ahead and Battle VIP Pass, bring out a Mew, bring out a good old Genesect, and then from there, I think we're just going to take a peek at the Rotom Phone, so we can see if we do have an Elesa Sparkles. If we do have Elesa Sparkles, we know that we are getting a knockout here on the first turn, which is awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and take a peek here with the old phone. And there she is. Bring out that Elesa Sparkles, the good full art card here, and then just cycle through 2 tablets so we can get the card, and then we'll go ahead and attach to Meloetta, and then attach to the Mew. We are in a great position because not only are we getting a prize first turn, we have an Evolution Incense in the hand, so we can evolve the Mew V into a VMAX, and then we do have a boss's order, so if they put like a V down, we'll be able to just boss them and KO them real quick. This one might be over, I mean, within the next minute or two. So they do just have the Houndour here. If they whiff, don't have anything, it's game over, but that wouldn't be that fun, to be honest. Let's see what they have in their hand, see if they top deck anything. So they do have the Houndoom in their hand here. The great thing about this matchup is we got that Elesa Sparkle, so we got a quick KO, and it kind of just throws the opponent off a little bit. But our opponent does have Urshifu, which we know, especially with our hand here, we stick an energy, we have Evolution Incense, and then boom, boss with the weakness and get another KO. Obviously going down to 3 prizes, pretty much just securing the W here. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We top deck the Mew VMAX. We go ahead and just get rid of that incense, attach the energy, a good old boss's orders, and utilize that Fusion Strike system to get more Pokemon to play here. We did draw the Accelgor and a Fog Crystal, so we're going to bring Mew in so we can draw more cards next turn. And great to know as well, I didn't really look through my deck yet, but we didn't prize the Accelgor, so if they do put an Umbreon down, we have a quick and easy way to get 2 prizes with the Accelgor. So we're going to try to get a Shelmet down, which we got one in the prizes, so that'll be going down next turn, allowing us to draw 4 cards with that ability. So things are looking great. We are going to go ahead and obviously see what our opponent is going to do here. They do Evolution Incense, and I believe they're just going to, yep, they're grabbing an Urshifu. Seeing they grab the Urshifu, they're either going to research, or in this case, they grab a Tower of Darkness to get rid of it, and that way giving them a few more cards in their hand to obviously try to make something happen out of nothing. The turn, my first turn was just, it was crazy good, and really put them in a hole, and right now they're just trying to get out of it. They're like grasping for air. Let's see what they put on the bench. They got the little Houndoom ready to roll, lay 140 damage on my Mew, potentially. Let's see what they do here. I think they're just thinking. They don't, I'm not sure if they're just like, I'm just gonna quit and scoop, or I got this huge play in my hand. I'm not sure what to do here. Okay, so they boss orders. Looks like they're just trying to stall a little bit. Fortunately, they don't know I have a switch in hand. We kept that baby, and then they go ahead and get an Umbreon down. So what we're clearly gonna do here, we will bench the Shelmet. We will go ahead and switch out into the Mew. We will try to get a boss's order just to get rid of that Umbreon right away, and I mean that'll just secure the victory, even though I think it's pretty much over with anyways, especially with seeing we had a switch in hand. But we'll go ahead and use that ability with Genesect, and then probably quick ball and get something back here. So we put ahead the Training Court. I don't want to get rid of anything else in my hand, so I grab an energy from the Training Court, gonna go ahead and quick ball it away and grab another Genesect, and hopefully with the Rotom Phone and everything, we can go ahead and draw ourselves a boss's orders, which we don't have that option, which kind of stinks, but we can go ahead and just grab the Evolution Incense, either put a Mew down or just burn that Evolution Incense, whatever we need to do. So we did draw 2 boss's orders. We're going to go ahead and boss over the Umbreon, this Power Tablet to get rid of it because we don't need it, and I'm going to Techno Blast here. So in order just to lock up the victory here, we need an energy for Accelgor or a switch card, or the Escape Rope will do the trick as well. I believe we still have 2 switches and 1 Escape Rope left in deck. So our opponent here, I mean, they're against the ropes, it's over. If I don't win this turn, I win next turn. But they're going to go ahead and do at least 140 damage, so that's pretty crazy. So there's potential they could two-shot me, but I should have a Pokemon powered up by then anyways. So they're going to, oh, they attached another energy, so they did 180 to the Mew. Now we basically have this wrapped up. Go ahead and attach, bring that Genesect into play so we can have a little bit more draw power. Just need one energy or a switch. And all she wrote, we grabbed the Elesa Sparkle, got that energy, and Accelgor is going to do exactly what they need. Going to hit them for weakness for 140, and that is going to do it. So we did get an easy first round or first game victory here with a weakness. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Next up here, we are going to show another game. Definitely a nail biter here. We do face another Mew VMAX deck. Obviously not the same build or version as mine, but definitely very solid as well. It's more of like a standard Mew list, but you can see here that we do have a Genesect. We are going first. We don't have a huge hand size here, so that kind of stinks a little bit, but we will go ahead and draw a Mew for next turn. And then we do have that a Marnie or Elesa Sparkles option, so we can get either some energy in play, or go ahead and Marnie away if our opponent has a big hand. So we pass it on back to them. Like I said, another Mew deck here. They do have the Latios card as well, which will have the Dyna Barrier attack, which will basically prevent your opponent from being able to attack with their VMAX on the previous turn. So they go ahead and release Sparkles here. They're going to get some energy into play. One on Mew, one on the Latios. And then I'm not certain if they have a VIP Pass or something in play here or what they're going to do. I'm not certain if they just bricked a little bit or what. We kind of, in a sense, both bricked a little bit. But, okay, so we got our Mew, we got the Accelgor. I believe, seeing they have such a small hand, we will go ahead and Elesa Sparkles. At least get 2 energy down this turn. There's a potential we could play some good damage with Accelgor. Let's see what we get, though, here. We just top deck a Marnie. Unfortunately, not much we can do, but definitely something that we can try to work our way out of here. So let's see what our opponent top decked. They got 2 cards. I mean, not a great chance for them, a percentage of a chance for them to have a great card. But let's see what they do grab. They had a quick ball in hand. They just didn't have a card to get rid of. So they do have to get rid of the Fusion Strike energy. So that's a good note to just keep in your head that they are down 1. So the most they can do with a Meloetta is 210 damage because they got rid of 1. So they're going to hit me with a Crushing Hammer. Unfortunately, they were able to hit it. This Mew deck had a few Crushing Hammers in it, apparently. It's not something that a lot of Mew decks run, but, I mean, that's what I like about Pokemon. People have way different builds. So they go ahead and release Sparkles again. Looks like they're going to place 1 on the Meloetta. And they can go ahead and use the Genesect move. Oh no, they already did use the Genesect move. My apologies. So we're going to go ahead and just Marnie here. We don't really have any other choice. We can bring a Mew into play, Mew VMAX, but we can't attack with that Mew until the following turn, but we should still be able to lay something with the Accelgor, depending on what we get here. And we did get the Escape Rope. So not only can we attach an energy to the Mew, we can go ahead and Escape Rope out, and then potentially either knock out a Meloetta or the Latias, depending on what they decide to play and put into the active. So Accelgor is definitely helping me out here in this game. Either one, I can get some damage down while I'm waiting to fully power up my Mew, or I can potentially knock out one of their other Pokemon. There's the single prizers, but still, it's still getting rid of the Echo move here, which can obviously be so good. So we went ahead and wasted a couple more cards in order to get a little bit more draw power. We did get a Fog Crystal, so I can go ahead and bring out another Mew and put it onto the bench. So that is good as well, because we're getting these attackers ready, and we're also going to go up 1 prize on the opponent. We just go ahead and lay that nice little 120 and snag ourselves a prize, which is a boss. So we know that if they somehow whiff another VMAX, or if they don't get a Power Tablet, I'm going to be able to back out again and save that Accelgor. But they're going to bench 3 Mews here, and then they place the energy down, And then from here, I think they just got to... Okay, they're going to use the switch up just so they can go ahead and get 5 cards. Let's see what they grab. Alright, they're going to go ahead and use the Power Tablet, so looks like they're just going to attack here, probably use the lowest move possible with the Mew, and then just leave it at that. They'll knock out the Accelgor, but I do have an energy in hand for Mew and a boss, so there's a potential that I can knock out another Pokemon, which will, I mean, set me up pretty well. They have the Cramomatic. I haven't had much luck with Cramomatics in the builds here, especially with the Mews. I mean, I know a lot of people like it, but I use Quick Balls so I can get rid of the Battle VIP passes if I need to. I don't know. I felt like it was a waste having 4 of them, but that's just my opinion. So they go ahead and knock out the Accelgor. They even up the match here, and we're going to put our Mew into play, get an energy down, and then obviously see what we get with the Genesect. So they go ahead and put the Mew back into their deck here, probably because they know I could knock them out, and they want to keep the card. So they're just kind of just like forecasting or planning ahead for what, obviously, how I would attack next. So we just go ahead and boss one of the Mews and get rid of it. Let's see what we get with the Genesect here. We got a Shelmet, not going to do much. We can go ahead and just take the KO on the Mew, and we are going to be up 2 prizes. We just have to get rid of one of the VMAXs. I'm thinking in my head, they're already kind of down, like, an Elesa Sparkle card, and I believe they're down 1 Fusion Strike energy already. So I'm just thinking that, at least in my opinion, that their chances of getting 2 energy down in that Mew, plus a VMAX, is pretty slim. So we took that chance and bossed the Mew instead of like bossing a Genesect or something. So they did have a Fog Crystal in hand, so they bring a Mew into play. They still do have a lot of draw potential here, and they had an Elesa Sparkles in hand. So there is a potential they could lay a lot of damage to my Mew, or even boss the Genesect and knock him out, which would tie it up at 3. There's the energy. They're going to be able to draw 4 more cards, I believe, here. Alright, so they grab the 4 cards. All they need is a VMAX, which they have the VMAX, so that's unfortunate. They will go ahead and lay damage down to my Mew. Obviously, they used their supporter card already, and then they have the Vitality Band. So they're going to lay a lot of damage down here, unfortunately. Let's see what they do here. Alright, so they go ahead. What's the decision here? The Fusion Strike. And they Dyna Barrier. That's pretty crazy. I think they just wanted to assure that they can get a knockout next turn, and at most, the only move I can really do to him would be the 130 damage, the max miracle. So we go ahead and just swap out, switch him back. Obviously, we're just trying to draw a little bit more cards. We do have to waste and burn some of the switches, but we do get a Power Tablet. That's very nice. There's a potential that we could go ahead and knock them out here. We need 2 more crystals, 2 more Power Tablets, which we didn't get. But I think from here we just got to decide what we want to do. Do we boss and go ahead and take a prize and then try to win, or what? I didn't check my prize, so I'm not sure if I prized my last Fusion Strike energy or not. So we're going to boss, probably boss the Mew here or the Genesect. Not entirely certain which one I go for. I play so many games that I honestly don't even remember. Okay, so we are going to take away the Genesect. We are going to be just 1 prize away from winning, so that is definitely good. Obviously, we do need a little bit of help here because we're obviously going to die next turn. His Mew is only going to need, let's see, 230 hit points. He's doing 220. He's going to need 1 Power Tablet to knock me out. But we are down to 1 prize with a Marnie, so hopefully we can kind of stall a little bit. Because I'm assuming, I mean, such a huge hand size, they're going to have that. So they do burn a Crushing Hammer. They flip the tails. They're going to be able to draw some more cards. Alright, they go ahead and Marnie. So that helps me out a lot, at least with, I mean, what I need to do here to try to get all my energy into play. So yeah, they Marnie. We do have an energy in hand that is amazing for me, and we still do have a power tablet also, so that's good to know. I believe I have 3 power tablets left. And our opponent did have that, so we are going to lose a Mew here. Our opponent does, like, I'm not sure if they're just thinking about what they're going to do next, but they do play kind of slow. Me, I'm like a fast-paced person. That's just how I am. Very impatient. But they grab 4 more cards, and let's see what they got here. They do have the energy to place down. That's what I was trying to get last turn on my Mew. Fortunately, didn't have it. We're going to need a tiny little bit of luck here because we are going to need to draw an Elesa Sparkles and then our Power Tablets in the next turn or two. Hopefully I can survive one more turn with obviously no energy into play. So they're going to go down to 2 prizes. All they need to do is boss 1 Genesect and they win the game. We do have the good old Cemetery. We're going to just put that out there. Use up our hand a little bit here. I think we're going to grab, yeah, we're going to grab the Vitality Band. Right, we do get the Elesa Sparkles. Bench the good old Meloetta, and then we place the energy down. We did get that. Now we need 2 more. We just need 2 more of the power tablets, and it is GG's in the chat. We're obviously going to burn through as many cards as we can, and then we'll have like 3 cards or 4 cards to draw through, and then we just need 2 of our power tablets. A little bit of luck needed, but I've seen people get luckier. So we're going to go ahead and draw that, and we hit it. We do hit him with a good game because it was a good game. We go ahead and hit him with a double power tablets, and we're going to do 310 here. 1-shot KO. We win the game. See you next time. Let's go ahead, obviously taking the victory here. We got 1 more game to go over. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so up next here, we are facing an Urshifu deck. Now, Urshifu deck is pretty pretty easy game for me because obviously weakness with Urshifu's, but Urshifu's still a really popular deck, so I want to show some gameplay versus one. You can see that they're based on the water. I'm gonna guess that they're going to be running like the Melanie version, probably having I forgot the Pokemon's name that lets you take an extra turn if Medicham, I think is what it is, or Medicham or whatever. But yeah, we got Mew here off the mulligan. We put him into play. And let's see what our opponent has here. Yeah, they do have the Medicham build, and they get to go first. We get to go, obviously, second at that point then, but we do have a Battle Pass as well as a Genesect in hand, so that is definitely good for us, a good start. We can throw that Old Cemetery out there as well, so anytime they lay energy down, they're going to take some sort of damage, so that'll do wonders for us. So they go ahead and attach a Reverse Energy, and they go ahead and get the telescopic sight down as well. So from here, we're going to bench the Genesect and then use the Battle VIP Pass. We're just working left or right here. And gonna go ahead and grab Meloetta, and then should go ahead and grab another Genesect. And then from here, we can attach that Vitality Band to Mew. Obviously, it'll work wonders later on in the match. I think I can get rid of the Switch here. See what I do. I think I'm deciding. There we go. Get rid of that Switch. Good call, good call. Grab another Genesect. Get a lot of drop power this turn. Obviously, we're going to be digging for an Elesa Sparkles. If we can go ahead and grab an Elesa Sparkle, we will get a KO on the Urshifu. We did grab another VIP pass, so that's always good to get 2 VIP passes into the discard turn 1. We can go ahead and burn that, and then let's see what we get here. We obviously don't want to attach to the Meloetta and then just have it not work out for us at all. And I realize here that we have 3 Fusion Strike energies in hand, so I can just go ahead and attach one to my my active. And then we'll go ahead and attach another energy to the Mew from there, the Mew V on the right there. Basically setting ourselves up next turn for potentially having a Lodius Echo or just using Genesect move to easily KO this Urshifu. So the Urshifu here does have Telescopic Psych attached, so they can definitely do a lot of damage. They can do at least 150 to the bench if they do have an energy in hand. If they even have a Passimian, they can knock out my Mew, because the Mew won't have resistance on the bench. So there's a potential they could take 2, maybe 3 prizes this turn. Let's see what we got going on here. They went ahead and researched. They grab a water energy. They're going to go ahead and place it on the Urshifu. And from there, they're going to be able to lay some damage. And they had a level ball in hand as well. They're going to bring out the Sobble. Things are starting to look good for me. Let's see what they do here. I think the opponent is just going to go ahead. Yeah, they're going to go ahead and place the stadium for next turn to back out. And then they will go ahead and drop some damage down. I don't know, if I was him, I would attack both Mews just to get 150 damage on them would be pretty big, but that's just my opinion. Let's see what he does here. If I remember right, yeah, he goes for bench spots. He lays 150 on each. From there, we're obviously going to take an easy KO. Going to go ahead and attach an energy to the Mew, make it a Mew VMAX, get a real quick knockout. I do go ahead and attach to the bench one just because they're already got 150 damage to it, and you can't knock him out if he's in the active spot, so we can put the other Mew into the bench spot. So we'll get an easy KO here. There's nothing else I have to do. We will take double the damage. We have an Escape Rope as well, so next turn we should be able to attack with one of the Mews as well. So here's 3 quick prizes. We do have a Shelmet and Accelgor down there. I always have it ready for Urshifu in case I'm playing Moltres, but this isn't a Moltres build. Moltres builds don't have the Medicham. Let's see what our opponent can do here. I mean, yeah, they went ahead to tab. It was an easy dub. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this video. Like always, please subscribe to the channel. Peace.